Well, hello friends, it's Julie Norman, and today we're finally going to talk about why I have decided to break up with planner. And if you're new here, my name is Julie Norman, and I put up planner and planner related videos on Tuesdays and Fridays, and today is Friday, yay! And we're back at my desk, and you're going to see some shadows. I just don't have the right lighting right yet to eliminate that. If you're not familiar with Planner Perfect, it is a basically traveler's notebook planner system where you have these are the inserts, all of the Planner Perfect journals that I've had over the last year, a little bit over a year. I will link above or below my other previous information about Planner Perfect, because we don't need to go through that again about all of their options, because today we're just going to focus on why this system was no longer working for me. This was the first planner traveler's notebooks system that I used, and so I have fond memories of all this. I just love their beautiful artwork, and there's a lot of pros to this. This is all custom done. This is all there's only stuff that you'll find with them, and they always have the lovely red stitch binding, so it's stitched and not stapled. It's high quality, wonderful, wonderful stuff. But I'm just transitioning on, and I have 6 reasons why. And I know that some of you will continue to use Planner Perfect, and that is perfectly fine. That was not intended as a pun there. I'm not going to judge you if you're using Planner Perfect. I used it for how long? No judgment. It's just telling you why, because I have promoted them on my channel so much that I need to tell you again, this is why you're not going to see it anymore, or very little, if any. By breaking up, I mean that I'm no longer purchasing the products, promoting them here on my channel. Number 1 reason is the price. These journals, these wonderful notebooks, which I started in October, they're lovely, wonderful artwork, but this costs, because it's the monthly one, is $24. And this is just 1 month. And then if you do the subscription box, you're supposed to have a daily book and a journal. It's just pricey. The full subscription box is $55, and that is per month, so that adds up a lot. So it's hard to promote something for people who may be on a budget, and I did do a video on how to do it on a budget and how you can lower it, but it does take a few jumping through some hoops. And I did a video comparing this paper, because it's a Strathmore paper, this white stuff. It is the same paper as you can get in a paper penguin journal for half the price. So if you just like the paper, and you can get it for cheaper, and I have that video comparison. Okay, number 2. Not all the sub boxes have been to my taste. I have found out that I really like the fall and the winter ones. The spring and the summer are iffy for me. And especially last summer, she did a lot of these mermaidy things and sea stuff, near Billings, Montana. We don't have any stuff like that out here. And it kind of looked a little cartoonish and kind of artwork to me, in my opinion. I know some people love it, but sometimes the artwork, if you get the sub box, isn't going to be what you want. For instance, this one, it had a picture of a donut on it, or a chocolate donut, and at that point I was cutting out sugar, so I covered it up because the cover wasn't to my taste, and that was the sub box. But that's what you get with the sub box. Sometimes it's great. Like these are beautiful. Like look at those. I loved the autumn one. You're gonna do the sub box, you just get what you get. Number 3 reason, these notebooks are so thick. Here's a blank one, and because the paper is so hardy, it takes up a lot of room. So if you have a traveler's notebook cover that has 4 of them, and imagine carrying 4 of these around. Look at how bulky they are. And I had ordered a custom, calendar for last year, and I stopped using it simply because it was too thick. And I was carrying around this whole calendar, and it was too many. It was just too much for what I needed. The paper is nice, you can paint on it and stuff, but if you don't need it for those purposes, it can be just a little too hardy. Okay, for comparison's sake, this is a narrow traveler's notebook, and you can see how much thinner that is. So you could fit 2 of these in your planner compared to 1 of the Planner Perfect. If you like that thick paper, that's fine, but for me, I just didn't want to carry it so much. And not that I'm carrying a lot now, but it's just bulky. And the next reason why I am breaking up with Planner Perfect is because, now this was a big one for me. This was something more subjective. The number 4 reason why I have become uncomfortable with this is because of the method of scripting. And that is when you go out your day, before the day starts, maybe the night before, the day of, you write out the intentions that you want to have done. And then basically she says it's going to come about. Jenny said she's healed herself, that it's brought about all these great things for her family. Basically, I got more and more uncomfortable when she started to go deeper into it, because she would talk about other kinds of things. So I started to research it, because the more I heard, the more I didn't like it. So the scripting method has roots going back hundreds of years, and the roots are actually based in the occult. And a lot of the New Age practices, they talked about a version of scripting, whether it's on meditation or whatever, that what you think about, you're going to bring about. At the core, this comes out of a method that is from the Law of Attraction, or The Secret, by a person named Phineas Quimby. And I will post some videos, links below, of how I learned a little bit more about them, some people talking about it on YouTube. Basically, you make your goal, then you put it out into the universe. And the universe will make your goal come true and bring it back to you. And what she says, you write down your intentions. She does say she prays about it and stuff like that. I'm not saying that you can't plan with God. It's just the wording and how she does this is, for me, it's very uncomfortable. So if you've watched me for a while, you know that I am a Christian. And I actually, before I was a Christian, I was into the New Age. And I'm kind of sensitive to those things, and sensitive to different things, spiritual things. It might sound weird to anybody who's not familiar with that, but it's just something that my radar bells were going off. Basically, what I felt like it was that here in my planner, I am putting together what I myself, me, wants to happen, and then I'm asking God or the universe to fulfill it. Instead, what a Christian should be doing is to say, God, what do you want me to do? What are your plans today for me? And what do you want me to do? And help me to bring that about for your kingdom. And then God will help you to bring it about. So it's basically, at the core, putting the scripting method was putting myself in front of God. The original sin was with Adam and Eve in the garden was, you will be like God. If you eat this fruit, you will know what God, you will be like God. And so it's basically that same strategy, just packaged nicely, make you feel happy that today I'm going to pray, or today I'm going to write that I'm going to get a cup of coffee. Today I'm going to pray or write that I'm going to get that promotion, or my kid's going to get that A, or whatever. And none of those things are really wrong to want to have, but it is the focus and the intention. Plus, think about this. Do we really, really know what's good for us? What if that promotion wasn't the answer to your future? What if God actually had plans that you're not going to get this promotion because in a year's time, all of those managers who were promoted to that level were fired. And so you're safe, just looking ahead. We don't know always what's best for us. Basically saying, what I want is what's going to happen. And it also is a very selfish method too. And I know she says she talks about it with her family and stuff, but there's also if that's true, that the scripture and manifestation and all those things are what's going to work, what about the pandemic? What happened there? If you believe that if you believe something and put it out in the universe, and then it comes back to you, who put the pandemic out in the universe, and how did that come back? I mean, that's weird. Or the hurricanes, or if you look a little beyond the fact that you write something and it comes to pass, that there's a lot deeper going on with just that simple thing. I'm not saying that if you purchase these things and if you use these, you have to use her method, because you don't. But it's just not something that I just want to associate myself and my channel with anymore. And I know that there are going to be people who disagree with that, and that's fine. I was very uncomfortable with it, so I'm not comfortable with promoting it anymore with that as well. Actually, I was going to let things go, just kind of silently not use it anymore, because my channel is focused on planners and I'm a big promoter of this. My biggest, highest viewed video is on Planner Perfect, which has over 6,000 views. I don't know how that happened. So I figured I needed to be upfront with you about that. And it's hard. This reason alone was why it took me so long to do this. But it's just something that I knew I needed to do and to tell you and to be aware of. And you may not believe the same, which is fine. If you continue to use them, I'm not going to throw stones at you, because look at this. So somebody could have threw stones at me in the very beginning, and I would have been like, well, what's your problem? But that's just where I am right now. Okay. The last reason, number 5, was a one that completely helped me to distance myself, because this was percolating for a long time about the scripture method, was actually a customer service issue. So what happened was, for October, I had wanted to get 2 sub boxes, and I had enough funds, to do it, and I want to do it for the channel, and different size journals. I thought that'd be kind of neat to show you the B6 and the narrow and blah blah blah, because you can get different size journals for that. I put my order in at plenty of time, and then I got my receipt, and it said shipping charge, and I'm like, it says right in the description, free shipping, standard US shipping. And so I emailed them, and they said, oh, sorry, shipping is not free when it's over £1. Where does it say that? Because it says right on there. So basically they came back and said that it's in the fax. And so I went and looked in the fax. I said, well, okay, what if I had 2 boxes and sent them to 2 different addresses? Would I still have to pay shipping? And they said no. So I thought, well, this is really weird. So then I looked on the site all over, and I looked at all the journals and stuff, and said, I can't find any information on how much this stuff weighs. So how am I supposed to know when I get over the pound weight? And there was no response. Any kind of email response felt like a formal reply that we pride ourselves on our quality, and all of our things are made when we get our custom order. And it wasn't really answering directly my question of how am I supposed to know if I go on the site and I go and purchase 3 of them, is that going to be £1? I mean, does it include the box? I mean, how do I know? Do I get 5? And when am I going to be charged more shipping? Well, because I would like to know, because at that time I was heavily promoting Planet Perfect. After going back and forth with me, trying to ask them more questions in depth and getting tone deaf emails back, they eventually just refunded my shipping. I needed the information to be able to relay it, and I wasn't getting that specific information back. So October came, and I was expecting 2 sub boxes. Here, I'll just get my Octobers out. So I was expecting to get doubles in different sizes, and all the fun stickers, because I love their October boxes. And lo and behold, I get 1 box. And the whole month I was going back and forth with them saying, where's my box? And then near the mid-month I get a shipping notification, my box is coming. I'm like, at this point I don't need it. It's done. If I get an October box in November, it's not going to be worth it. But I never heard directly back, and I was about ready to go to Better Business Bureau when, lo and behold, November comes, and I get the 2 November sub boxes. So for some reason, they had instead mailed the October ones, which I had ordered, and they made so much fuss of. They sent it in November without any notification to me that it was going to be November instead. And so I'm like, at this point, I was just fed up. So I stopped emailing them. And because technically I had gotten 2 sub boxes, they didn't charge me for shipping, and email was getting me nowhere. They kept being tone deaf about it, and I've never had that happen with them before. And somebody else in another video that I watched about some Planet Perfect issues said they're the same customer service person they had an issue with too. I would have been fine if they had just simply said, I'm sorry you had this issue and we'll do our best to help you. And I just wish it would have directly answered my questions. That would have gone a long way into helping me know that they're hearing me. This could have been a fluke. Maybe I ran into the wrong person. Maybe you've never had an issue, but I have had issues before too of not getting responses. Way back in the beginning I thought it was me, but now I know it's not me because I've heard other people. And they are great journals, but if you have a problem, it's not a great thing. And I just want you to know that too. I do hope that they get better at their customer service in the future so that other people don't have to go through the frustration I did, because I was about ready to file a report with them. And it was the last straw that I said I really need to put this video together on why I'm breaking up with Planner Perfect, and it's more than the philosophical of I don't agree with the scripting method. I just don't feel comfortable saying this is a great company, you're never going to have a problem, because you might. And I needed to let you know that so you can be fully aware of all of the things that might go wrong. All in all, though, I mean, this is part of my life. This is part of over a year of my life working with these books, but it's time to put things to bed and to wrap it all up. They are gorgeous. They're wonderful planners. But I am moving on, going on to a new relationship with my handmade journals. So that is the breaking up with Planner Perfect. I hope you enjoyed this and got something out of this. Please let me know what your thoughts are below. I'm sure there might be a mixed bag there of people who love them and people who don't. And this is going to be the last video with the discount code listed in the description. Thank you so much for watching and have a joyful day. Goodbye.